Sony is issuing refunds for WWE 2k20. This is from James O'Connor of VG247. It says WWE 2k20 is having an all-time bad launch. I'm sure you guys have seen the pictures of like the character creator, a bunch of the different glitch videos. It says WWE 2k20 is a true mess, and while it might be pretty funny for the casual observer, wrestling fans who paid actual money for the game are understandably annoyed. A patch is apparently on the way, but considering the state the game is in right now, you'd have reason to not be optimistic that a single patch is going to fix all its problems. To that end, Sony is stepping in to issue refunds for customers who bought the broken game. As per Eurogamer, it looks like refund requests on this title are being processed quickly. It's likely that there's a high number of them coming in, and the game is legitimately faulty. So this is a big deal in that Sony is not known for issuing refunds for games. I'm sure there's been examples between now and then, but the last one that I can remember is when people were requesting refunds for No Man's Sky. And Sony was issuing refunds that were requested. I'm also interested to know if this is the same situation. So with No Man's Sky, it was like, we'll issue it for you, but we only issue one refund per account. So if you use it on this, you're not going to be able to ever use a refund in the future. So I'd be interested to see if like there's a cross section of people who got that on No Man's Sky who are getting it for 2K20. But that's neither here nor there, I guess. What's more interesting here is that this is now the second straight annualized release from 2K that has received a ton of backlash. There was a lot of, broken wonkiness and microtransaction shittiness about NBA 2K20 that really soured the basketball audience, myself included. And I'm interested to know, like, with these annualized releases, a lot of times you're looking at like a 9-month turnaround. From the day that you close development on the previous year's title until the next title has to go gold, you've got about 9 months. And it's just seeming like 2K as a company is really struggling to get these things done in a good way. With WWE 2K20 not being any kind of an exception there. I'd like to start seeing more of these annualized titles going to biannual releases, giving companies more time to innovate on the features, giving them more time to polish the game before they come out. Because this isn't the first time we've seen a 2K20, quote unquote situation, similar situation. And it's certainly not going to be the last. And it's because the development on this shit is just rushed. Let's watch this glitch right here. So just floating on an invisible ring out here in the aisle.
Very nice. Jaw-shattering boot.
And, these annualized titles, which are basically just minor upgrades from the previous year's version, still cost $60. I think about like Madden. I would rather Madden go biannual and just say, for your first year of owning the game, you get free roster updates. And then in order to get roster updates from September through the end of the next year, you got to pay $30. I'd be totally fine with that. I would pay that in a heartbeat to know that the Madden team would have 10 extra months, 12 extra months to work on their game. They go from a 9-month turnaround to a 21-month turnaround for their games. I would much rather have that than have to deal with this kind of shit. Madden has the same exact stuff. Glitches left and right, terrible mechanics, terrible microtransaction implementation, not much difference in gameplay and major game modes outside of like their microtransaction-centric ones. This is the rule, not the exception for annualized games. And this may be more egregious than those other games, but this is indicative of the state of annualized, especially sports releases. And I hope that not only are people asking for refunds, but I hope that people who are on the fence about this game at an overwhelming pace have decided, I'm not spending my money on that shit. I hope 2K is losing money on this because I want a company to learn, like, this is not sustainable. This approach is not sustainable, and it's got to start with one of these smaller games like like WWE rather than like NBA or FIFA, which is just a money-making fucking machine. But if we can get one of these games to go biannual and figure out a way to continually engage with the audience of the previous year's game in a way that they make money, that might encourage a game like FIFA or NBA or Madden to go the biannual route, I'm all for that. So I hope that this causes 2K to really look at themselves in the mirror.